Okay, it says in the Bible that the ancient Egyptians were men and not gods. Um, why I find that interesting is because they had demons around that time, and the demons would have seemed to them probably like gods. But were they, when they said that these ancient Egyptians were men and not gods, were they actually referring to the demons that had not gone into the lust of their flesh yet as being like a god? But they said they weren't God. So is it possible that the demons could have been extremely intelligent men? Um, because it indicates a lot of times when angels come down, they come down and look like men. So were these men actually demons, like men that had graduated to a certain point where they just knew more than everybody, or something like that, and were more like a witch or something, where they're constantly stirring their brew to keep themselves alive forever, or whatever, because they knew, they had powers also, like weird powers. um, it said that one of them was a seer from the Lord, and that means that they were psychic, basically. And these types of people had gifts and whatnot, but they were actually men because certain men in Israel could do certain things too. So I kind of think that they were actually referring to demons in this case as men, and the reason why is because, like, they call themselves names like Osiris and different things like that. Um, but when they called themselves that, they were taking on the godness of what they thought Osiris was, or what they thought that Satan was. They would take on their own form of like birds and different mammals and different kinds of animals. Um, but I think that it's very possible that these demons could have been like some kind of super. Even if they were angels that fell and became demons, they appeared like some super engineered type of men. Um, but maybe they were, men and were just to be angels given a lot of special powers, which they probably retained to be able to do all the things they can do now. But that's part of my theory why some of them became demons, or when they followed Satan, they became demons, and they had these dead children, because whatever they did to follow Satan, I don't know if they drank something or what, but they became dead probably to have a dead child like that. They probably became dead themselves, like they were like the Walking Dead. But I think that they kind of like drank a potion or something. I don't know, but I uh, I know that all this can't be explained naturally because a lot of it is very supernatural, but I find that interesting that they said the Egyptians are men and not gods, because they were worshiping demons, right? So if they were worshiping demons, maybe they were worshiping what we consider to be men. Um, and so Israel went against it, and see, now they have this power struggle between God and Satan because Satan took so many of the men, angels, whatever they were, through the flood and all this. Um, but yeah, I think that these demons had a lot of superpowers that they got by drinking something, or and I don't want to say it was human blood that they drank, but I want to say it was like a potion or something, and that they were, because they're very good with enchantments, and they are to this day. And the Bible actually says that the devil does a lot of enchantments. So, like, some of this is their powers, but some of it is also the enchantments that they do can be taught. Um, and the evil that they do apparently can be taught too. But anyway, I thought that they could be men that were transformed somehow, Um, because the Bible says the Egyptians were men. It doesn't make any sense to me how they could be anything but men, even though they were called demons. And back in Egypt, they were called demons. And the Bible very clearly states that they're men. So some of them, at least, were transforming into men, and Israel didn't know what to do, because they were showing all their powers, all these enormous powers. And of course, God had more powers, but um, so anyway, they could be people or referenced to as people. So maybe they're a lot like us.